Like this match is over, he's about to hit him with the big slam.
Again, thanks for your support, and we'll see you at the matches right here, OneWrestling.com.
Welcome, wrestling fans. You got the show Bill Schuyler here from One Wrestling, and we're here to drop, if you will, my top 10 Hell in the Cell matches from the illustrious, blood-soaked, carnage-filled history of the Devil's Playground. Let's jump right into it. Number 10 from 2006, Unforgiven, D-Generation X. That would be the Heartbreak Kid. The Game, Triple H going up against Mr. McMahon's team. That's right, this was a handicap match, the six-pack edition, almost. That will come a little later on in the match, but this was filled and not your normal one-on-one match, as it would be the ECW champion, the Big Show, Mr. McMahon and Shane McMahon, in what would be one of the most entertaining yet blood-soaked, action-packed events in Hell in a Cell history. It had everything. They wrestled, they brawled, they did it all in the confines of the Devil's Playground. Number 9, SummerSlam 2008. The Rated R Superstar up against The Undertaker. Yes, Edge's ongoing feud with the Dead Man continues as their war throughout SmackDown and pay-per-views continued. Again, I'm not dropping any spoilers to these matches. If you're new to these, or a newer fan of wrestling, and you weren't around back in this day and time, then I urge you, if you have the network, then go back and watch all these pay-per-views that I'm listing. They're not just Hell in a Cell pay-per-views that had the Hell in a Cell matches. When they first began, they had culminated and showed themselves as the end of a feud for these competitors. Only in later times did Hell in a Cell actually become its own pay-per-view. So as I give you these years and names of the pay-per-views, that's there to help you out in going on the network, running them down, and finding these matches in their entirety. You also, of course, can find many of these on YouTube as well. It's just imperative, if you're a fan of pro wrestling, if you're just getting into the sport, that these matches are huge. And it's something that you definitely want to look into and check these matches out. Number 8 was the Survivor Series 2007. The Animal, Dave Bautista, going up against The Undertaker yet again. Yet The Undertaker, you will hear many of the same names in these matches, because these matches in Hell in a Cell became part and parcel of many of these warriors' personas, their gimmick, if you will. They became masters of this dreaded cage match. Number 6. All right, not quite yet. Boom. Number 7. Just see if you're paying attention. No Way Out 2008. Triple H going up against one of the 3 faces of Foley, and it would be Cactus Jack. This would be a retirement match, and this is one of the greatest matches in the history. If you're going to pick through any of these guys in the latter half of the top 10, this is the one I urge you to see. Number 6 now would be Batista going up against Triple H in 2005's Vengeance pay-per-view. And now we're going to leap into the top 5. No Mercy 2002, The Undertaker going up against Brock Lesnar. This is the match that Sunday night's event is being compared to and will continue to be compared to over the next week, as fans leading up to it, pundits going into it, are comparing it and seeing where it's going to fall. And after that match, of course, they're going to be dissecting it and coming up with everything they can, talking about, was the new match any comparison to the match from here in 2002? Was it better than? Was it worse than? What were the plus points? What were the negatives? Do yourself a favor and go in to Sunday night's Hell in a Cell main event already having this in the old noggin, so you'll have, knowledge of what I'm sure the announcers are going to be breaking down as they call this match. Number 4, Armageddon 2000. This was the 6-pack. Triple H, The Undertaker, Rikishi, The Rock, Kurt Angle, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is a match that was hellacious. This had so much action going on by having the most amount ever in a Hell in a Cell match. 6 competitors in the cage. This had everything you could name, plus something you probably didn't think of, that being pine chips. You'll understand when you get to that point of the match. Then number 3, WrestleMania 28. The streak, it was on the line. Triple H going up against The Undertaker with the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels as the special referee. Number 2, 1997's Bad Blood. The Heartbreak Kid, the WWE champion, going up against The Undertaker. And this would lead to the debut of the demonic half-brother of The Undertaker, Kane. This is not corporate Kane. This is not the current incarnation you've seen of Kane. This is the original, jacked up, demonic, Satan spawn, big red machine, mask covering the whole face. Just a massive, brutal, killing machine in the ring. This is what he was booked as. Kane ripping, literally, his way into the WWE. This is, again, one of the greatest debuts in the history of any WWE superstar. And now, the number 1. This has been argued forever and a day of where this match would fall on the top 10 matches in Hell in a Cell. A lot of guys will not pick this because they say it didn't have enough wrestling involved. Other ones will pick it because it was so brutal. It was so groundbreaking. It had so much blood, so much carnage, so many high spots, things that have never been seen before. And although they tried to duplicate them in future times, they still could not compare to the original. Just how shocking it was to be a fan watching this live and literally thinking that somebody was going to die or be crippled in this match. What match am I talking about? Well, if you're a fan of Mick Foley, if you're a fan of The Undertaker, and certainly if you're a fan of the Hell in a Cell franchise, obviously you know what I'm talking about. There can be only one. This would be The Undertaker versus Three Faces of Foley, boom, Mankind, in the 1998 King of the Ring inaugural Hell in the Cell match. I've said it already. That's all you need to hear. This is the match of all matches that you need to watch, see, dissect, and watch it again. Time in and time out to see all these moves, all these spots, all the brutality that was worked into this one match. Stands up to anything and above and beyond, in my opinion, anything in the modern product, and not just the WWE, but in any promotion. Now, again, I am the show, Bill Schuyler. You can follow me here at One Wrestling. Bill Apter, Apter One Wrestling. My boss, the OG, the Godfather. It happens to be Bill Apter's birthday this weekend, so if you want to give him a tweet out at Apter One Wrestling, give the Godfather a happy birthday wish, and get him a present, if you will, and pick up his book, Is Wrestling Fixed? I didn't know it was broken. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Barnes & Noble, any of your online bookstores, or many of your major carriers throughout the planet in bookstores. If you can find any, it's much easier to go online and order that bad boy. It is literally one of the greatest wrestling books of all time, a memoir of Bill Apter from his early days as a little one up until the 70s when he became part of the wrestling magazine world. That's a whole other story for you guys that don't understand what life was before the internet. Pick up this book and you'll get an idea of where fans had to go to get their news about professional wrestling other than the hour or two that you may have found on television back then. But with that, the Big Slam Nation debuts this weekend. So it's not just Hell in a Cell weekend. It's just not Bill Apter's birthday weekend. It is the Big Slam Nation weekend. We have landed, and our inaugural Big Slam Nation show will debut Saturday, the night before Hell in a Cell, with our Hell in a Cell predictions, perhaps a guest or two, and a whole new world of professional wrestling coverage by myself. And you can follow all of us. I'm going to run it down to you. Follow me at You Got to Show, UGOTDASHOW. Big Ray at Big Ray's Show. Fame Black at Fame Black. Billy Ray Valentine at Billy Ray Hustle. Professor Quintana at Prof Hustle. That's PROF Hustle. The dirtiest in the city, 8-Track Brown at Pharaoh of Fancy. And again, Bill Apter at Apter One Wrestling. Follow all of us. Be part of the Big Slam Nation. Go onto Twitter at Big Slam Nation. Subscribe and be part of the nation from the ground on up. Follow all of us where you'll get the best in professional wrestling coverage, bar none. And with that, I'll ask you to hit the like and subscribe button down below. For me here on YouTube, leave your comments and let me know what you think. Give me your top 10 Hell in a Cell matches. And let me know who you think is the greatest competitor in Hell in a Cell history. And other than that, I'll see you down the road. I'll see you Saturday night at the Big Slam Nation debut. Down the road, my friend.